Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Breus, the sleep doctor. Menopause is an end to your period, but it doesn't have to be an end to restful sleep. And while some menopause-related sleep problems can be unpleasant, there are things you can do to get better rest through menopause and beyond. So what can you expect sleep-wise before, during, and after menopause? Let me start by saying that menopause is not a simple flip of the switch. It's more of a shift that happens over an extended length of time. And honestly, menopause is going to look a little different in everyone. But there is a general pattern that most people experience as ovulation comes to a close. For about 4 years before menopause, the frequency of a person's period generally tapers off. During this time, the length, intensity, and interval between periods can vary significantly due to hormonal changes. As your body prepares for the end of childbearing years, the ovaries slow the production of estrogen and progesterone. These are the hormones that help thicken the uterine lining to ready the uterus for pregnancy. Meanwhile, as the ovaries get closer to running out of eggs, the body starts producing more follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, which is involved in the release of eggs. Rising FSH levels combined with rising estrogen and progesterone levels can make it hard to get good quality sleep. To top it off, as the body ages, it produces less of the sleep hormone melatonin. This drop is especially pronounced in the lead up to menopause and can exacerbate sleep disturbances. Taken as a whole, this can seem like bad news for a menopausal person's sleep health. And it's often true that the closer a person gets to menopause, the more likely they are to having difficulty sleeping. What's more, these sleep problems are even more common during and following menopause. One of the top symptoms I hear from menopausal women is night sweats, but other symptoms can include restless leg syndrome, parasomnias, and mood changes that can make it harder to relax and drift off. Hormonal changes can also increase the likelihood that a person will develop obstructive sleep apnea, or what we call OSA. Since night sweats tend to be the most common, here are a few quick tips to help lower the effect on your sleep. First of all, there are now cooling technologies that are available for purchase out in the public. These are things where they put a pad underneath your sheet and it can run cool water underneath, and it only fits on your side of the bed. I can't count the number of menopausal patients who've come to me who've loved these cooling technologies. If you're not up for paying the money for those cooling technologies, my favorite is what I call the frozen water bottle trick. So take a bottle of water, maybe 2, and stick them in the freezer during the daytime. At night, put them into a tube sock and then take them and put them on the outside of either hip when you fall asleep. The tube sock helps the sweating that has a tendency to occur so the bed doesn't get wet, and it's a nice little air conditioner just for you. I also tell people you need to change your sheets. You really want to get as thin and as breathable materials as possible. Make sure that the flannel is off the bed, even in the wintertime. Also, I oftentimes tell people, keep a spare set of clothing by the bedside. That way, if you do become drenched in sweat, you can remove your clothing, put on something new, and get right back to sleep. Now, as I said, some people also develop sleep apnea during menopause. People with OSA have repeated breathing interruptions while they sleep due to tissues collapsing in their airways. These pauses in breathing are typically followed by loud gasping or choking noises, and they can disrupt sleep, leading to daytime sleepiness. If you suspect that you may be experiencing OSA, talk to your doctor. They can take an inventory of your symptoms and may order an in-lab study or a home study to gather more information. Thankfully, there are prescription therapies for obstructive sleep apnea that can greatly improve your sleep. First and foremost is CPAP. That includes a mask you wear at night and is designed to deliver a steady stream, positive pressure that keeps the airway open as you sleep. Your doctor may also prescribe hormone replacement therapy, including estrogen and progesterone pills, which can offset some of the symptoms of menopause-related hormone change. There are other therapeutic approaches that can also be helpful. Hypnotherapy, acupuncture, cognitive behavioral therapy, and meditation have all been shown to be effective at reducing symptoms and improving sleep. And remember to practice good sleep hygiene. Sleep-positive habits are a great idea in general, but for people in or nearing menopause, they can make a real difference in your quality sleep. You also want to maintain a consistent bedtime and consistent wake-up time, and consider incorporating relaxing activities into your daily routine. A book or a bath can work wonders at night. And do me a favor, avoid caffeine and alcohol and heavy meals later in the day. And be sure you're exercising regularly. It turns out physical activity has a ton of health benefits, and it can make it easier to fall and stay asleep. Just make sure you're not doing it too late in the evening. Incorporating your doctor's advice and making meaningful changes can help make sleep troubles the exception rather than the rule. This is Dr. Michael Breus, the sleep doctor, wishing you sweet dreams.